Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer, and this is our final scenario in the South Wales coastal line. At the end of this video, I'll tell you where our next route is. I know, it's so exciting. Charlie has picked where we're going, and I'm quite excited actually to do it. So that's why I want to get this one recorded nice and early, because this is going to be the next one's going to be fun. But we are aboard 1B59, a Great Western Railway service from London to Paddington to Swansea. From London to Paddington to Swansea. From London, Paddington to Swansea. Disruption in the Sodbury area has diverted our train via Bath and Bristol Temple Meads. To get back on track, you need to change ends at Bristol Temple Meads and Bristol Parkway. Set up the train and get going when you are ready. Right, we need to hold on because there is a red light directly ahead of us. So I know the first 20 minutes of this scenario quite well because I've literally just recorded them and then deleted it because I went through a red light, and this is not the kind of game that you can just sort of pick up from where you left off. Yeah. So yes, I know that there's a light engine movement ahead of us. But yes, so I've enjoyed my short time on the South Wales coastal. I know that there's the bigger version of the route that does go all the way to Swansea. I've said before I don't have it, and I don't really have the desire to spend any money on getting it. If anyone wants to gift it to me, then let me know via, I don't know, email, or just a comment here and we can talk. But I'm not seriously asking. Don't bother. But yeah, so once this has changed, we can hop on into Bristol Temple Meads. It's gone green underneath that message, so we can go. We can't go very much faster than 25 mph because there's no point. Because the 25 mph limit hits us in about, well, a fifth of a mile, and then it's all into Temple Meads. So yeah. Then after this, we're going to a different route. I'm looking forward to it, as I've said at the start. I'm very much looking forward to it. It is a slight break with tradition, so. But yeah, no, very much looking forward to it, and it's exciting. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting. So yes, I'm recording this. This will be the last recording I do in 2023. So I guess, although it will have already happened for you, Happy New Year. But yeah, you guys will have celebrated New Year long before this comes out. So yeah, we get to Bristol Temple Meads, then we swap ends. And once we swap ends, we can have a look at the locomotive because we're in a platform, so we can. I allow myself to look around the locomotives in platforms. Essentially, I work this as it would work on Train Sim World. I have Train Sim World 2, or I think I have access to Train Sim World 2 via Game Pass. So, excuse me, if anyone is desperate to see Train Sim World 2, then just let me know. Oh, pardon me. I need to set to 15 in a bit, don't I? Yeah. So as we approach the cathedral of Isambard Kingdom Brunel here in Bristol, with the original station shed, the original train shed ahead of us, and there we go, we've slowed to 15, so we're not going to get done for speeding. Yes, the original train shed just going into our right now, and the additional platforms just here. So yes, we stop here, then we reverse and go to Bristol Parkway, then we reverse again, and that's where we head to That's where we head to Newport and Cardiff through the Severn Tunnel that was opened in 1886, as I discovered the last time I recorded this. So then we stop, let the passengers on, and then we swap ends, watch another HST disappear, and then we can have a look at the magnificence that is the Class 43 Intercity 125 high-speed train. I like the GWR livery on these, and I like that it's. I think they could have gone further with the GWR liverying on this. I think they could have made it really look like the GWR livery of old. But then that's just me. Oh, excuse me. I know that some people will prefer the fact that it's different, and I know that some people would prefer it to not be GWR at all. So, you know, but yeah, so right, so that train, is that the one that caused me to spad before? Yes, it is. That's going to go ahead of us all the way. Okay, so I need to keep my eye out, because we're going to go to Bristol Park Way. I don't know why we couldn't just carry straight on, but we ain't, so that's what the scenario says. And then we're going to swap round once again and go to Cardiff Central. So let's get back in our cab, and we're going to watch all the signals like a hawk, so I don't spat again, because I'm not doing this a third time. We're on the flat, so we can release the brakes. There's probably some procedural thing about you mustn't release the brakes while the passenger doors are open, just in case, which makes sense when you think about it. But, you know, these aren't real people, so who cares? Oh, excuse me. We'll get some points for timing this at the very least. Must be good to go, yes. All passengers here at Bristol Temple Meads have boarded this London Paddington to Swansea high-speed service. Switch cabs and head for Bristol Parkway. I will. If it's a high-speed service, though, why are we going to Bristol Parkway? There's my question. Why would you not go straight through to Cardiff and to Newport and Cardiff? I mean, arguably go straight through to Cardiff, but non-stop expresses aren't really a thing much anymore, are they? Oh, excuse me. Yes, yes. I think there's this really odd 40-mile-an-hour speed limit zone here that makes no sense, because you're going from a 25, which is what the main track is, once you're through all the wiggly-waggly bits, which I do love watching. I do like watching trains snake over points. It's just, I just think it looks nice. Speaking of looking nice, that's quite a nice view of the locomotive in the evening sun. So yeah, we can now go 25, and then we can go 40, but we go straight back into a 25, so there's not really any point in going 40. I guess other than to clear the station throat quicker, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of thinking, well, we might as well just go at 25 and have done. Because what is the point? So we'll hold at 25, and then yeah, because I think the original main lines are the two lines next to us, because this becomes one line. Obviously we've got the junction there, which is from wherever. That joins us here. Then this becomes very briefly one track, and then we cross over onto the left track, because we are technically running wrong line. Very, 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 very briefly. Oh, excuse me again. It's half 2 in the afternoon. I don't know why I'm tired. Yeah, 25 into the crossover, as makes sense. And then we look back because you get to see all the wiggly wagglies. There's something about the motion of coaches going round, railway stock, stock in general, just going round as we go through Lawrence Hill, which is something. It's a station for somewhere and something. And then once we're all over the points, we can go up to 60. Small goods yard there. So now we can start picking up some speed. But this one I'm going to have to start watching the signals because... Right, that red signal is not for me. Okay, cool, that's fine. But yeah, this is where I came a cropper. It was on this section between Temple Meads and Parkway that I came a cropper when I last tried to record this, so I am going to have to watch very, very carefully. As we go through another station. That would suggest a single amber ahead of us. Yes, okay, right, so we're gonna prep to stop. Since it's a single amber. And we'll see what the next signal holds for us. I probably should have turned the whole quick game on a SPAD thing off, because in real life you don't just stop. It doesn't, like you don't get yanked out of the locomotive. You've just passed a signal at danger and you need to stop as soon as possible and probably reverse to that previous signal. Obviously you stop before the signal, but you know, mistakes get made. So that is single amber again, I believe. Right, that is single amber. So you cannot ask the signalman to pass the signal at danger. I think there's something ahead of us. I think it's that express. It is, yes. And it's stopping at Filton Abbey. I can't tell if that's a signal ahead of me or not. I don't think that is the signal, no, so I can afford to go a little bit quicker. Yeah. Yeah, that's the speed limit indicator, right, okay. However, that is a red signal ahead of me. So if we slow for it... Oh, it's gone green. Has it gone green? Yes, it has gone green, okay. Alrighty, this was the signal that threw me last time, so... But now it's gone green. There is less of an issue, but I'm well aware that the next signal could still be red, so... Right, that red signal's on the other side of the platform. That's not mine. Over some points. I'm sorry, I'm really concentrating now. Is that a green? It is a green. Something over there, an airport. Why is it doing that? What's happening? What have I missed? Or is it because it's the 60 mph? Right, yeah, it's just the 60 mph thing, that's fine. But I also need to stop at Bristol Parkway, don't I? Platform 3. So, if we start putting the brakes on. We are now entering Bristol Parkway Station Throat. This is where we finished last time. We went into the loop just there. Whereas I'm not going into any sort of loop, we're just going into the main platform. We're going to actually be here on time as well, which is good, and then we're going to reverse again. So we can do our run into Newport and Cardiff. Put the brakes on. Stop somewhere near the boards. End of the platform. Completed it, mate. So back into the other way. We don't have to reverse ever again. And then, yeah, so from here it's going to be about another 45 minutes or so. So yeah, just over an hour this scenario, and then Newport in about 20 minutes, and Cardiff, that's in about 45 minutes. Give or take. So I shall probably see you when all the passengers have loaded. Passenger boarding is complete. Change engine proceed to Newport when ready. Let's go. Because just there, you can see ahead of us is the exact train we were driving in the last scenario. Wentloog to Southampton. Oh, it's spelt Wentloog, but it's probably not pronounced Wentloog, and I apologise to anybody who can speak Welsh. But it definitely reads Wentloog to an ignorant Englishman like me. So, hi, me from last week. Ah, no, we were pulling something different. We were pulling containers. That's pulling coal. So it is a slightly different train. A different diagram, as I believe the railway people say. Right, so this is all. Oh, we can now go 60. Okay, cool. Let's put some throttle behind us and get moving. 21 miles to Newport. A lot of that under the about 5 of them under water. Well, 2 underwater. But about 5 underground in total. And in about 20 minutes as well, so that's good. Especially when I can hit 90. You'll need to slow just a little bit before we hit 90 mph speed limit. Well, we're going to lose 8 points for speeding, but that's fair enough. Then once we get into here, we can go 90. This is that weird track formation again that I'm sure was a result of it once being single track, and then we're having to put the next line in to do the tunnel. So anyway, so now on our approach to the Severn tunnel. There are other tunnels first, and it's all downhill from here, so I can actually probably I like both headlights on, thank you. Took me a while to work out how to do that. What the headlight formations were. So this isn't the Severn tunnel. Oh, there's a sort of breeze sound effect. There we go, a little bit of brakes as we see a Swansea to London. Passing us on what is now the higher line. And yeah, now we level out. Oh, double amber. Right, okay, so we need to start preparing to stop. Right, there's a signal ahead of us. I can't quite make... I think that's green. But yes, our signal is green. Which is good because we are now approaching the Severn tunnel. Maybe it's just because I was going 90 and the speed limit approaching is 75. But at this point I might as well just let it roll because we're 1 in 100 down. Oh, excuse me, because we are now plunging underneath the earth. This route is what I cite this route as. This is one of the reasons why I've often thought that the Ashford to the Channel Tunnel route would be a good route to have, and then I think, well, no, because 30 miles of it is a tunnel. That'd be really dull to drive. And given that this is that the 5 miles of this is a tunnel, not that the route itself is dull to drive, but to have your main focal point be a tunnel which has a steady gradient and a steady speed limit, there's not a lot we can do. This is the view for quite a bit of it, so yeah, I'm not sure a Channel Tunnel route is a good idea. Yeah, built between 1873 and 1886, from what I remember last time. Check next to my face to see if I've got that right or not. And it only spends about it's about 5 miles underground, give or take, but it only spends about 2 of them underneath the actual River Severn. or any water. There's some blue lights at some point as well. I reckon that is to show you that you're underwater and then you're not underwater. That's what I reckon, but I'm not sure. Anyone who drives this route and has driven a train through the Severn Tunnel, is that what the blue lights are for? Because yeah, there's a blue light here. Which coincidentally starts the flat, which would suggest this is you're now underwater. Well, it's just letting you know that you're now flat. Well, it can't be 2 miles because it's been barely half a mile. But yeah, and then this light presumably is the one that says, yeah, now you're going uphill, so you can put a bit of throttle into it, which is what we're going to do. One in 90, that's nothing. Nothing to this sort of locomotive. For a start, we've got 2 locos, one at front and one at back. But yeah, 1 in 90 is nothing. Oh, a slight curve to the left. I didn't notice that last time. Of course, last time would have been a curve to the right because we were coming from Wales, coming from Monmouthshire into Gloucestershire. Okay, so soon the speed limit becomes 70, that's fine. Oh, we can see the end of the tunnel. Excuse me for yawning. Oh, my apologies. Don't know why I'm so yawny at this time of day. And now we are in Monmouthshire. Yeah, I know. Green signals all the way, which is good, and now we're going to just slow to 70. There we go. Now at 70, flying through whatever station this is. Where are we flying through? Severn Tunnel Junction, of course. Yeah, not that long to go actually. Another 10 minutes to Newport, and then I think we've now just swapped onto the main line. The down fast. And then we can cut up to 90 again soon, which will cut even more time. We're only just over 9 miles away from, just under 9 miles away from Newport now. So Newport in 8 miles, Cardiff in just about 20, and Cardiff in roughly half an hour from now. So yeah, about an hour long scenario, give or take. Now we can put some real speed on. As we make our way into Newport. Little rumble as we go over the points. Green signal. That was the service I was on yesterday. Last week. Yesterday for me, last week for you guys. So that's the flyover that I was surprised was a flyover. But yeah, so these two tracks stay together, and those two tracks, excuse me, stay together. Still green, still green. And we're slightly early at Newport, allegedly, which is always good. See, this is the thing. Express locomotives are all wonderful, and express services are all wonderful, etc., etc. But in the modern ones, there's not a lot to do. Just, you know, occasionally adjust the throttle to keep you at a steady speed. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit the microphone then, my apologies. But then yeah, so now I'll need to start slowing because the next one is 75 mph. Yes, I know. I have seen it. Mine's only 3.5 miles from Newport now, so we're probably starting to do approaches, aren't we? Okay, there we go. Lovely, so we're going to be below 75, which is good. Means I don't lose any more points. I've still got my 492, so in grand total I've lost 8 points, because you got 250 for each time I spent, which gives me 500 in total. But obviously I'm now on 492, so I have lost those 8 points. Which is frustrating because I'm pretty sure that means that I cannot get a four-figure sum, because I think it's 250 for everything unless I'm really early at Newport, but I would be surprised given it's already 6:51 PM. Oh, excuse me again. I don't know what's happening to me today. Yeah, and then yeah, don't worry, I've seen it. I know I need to slow by 30 mph. I'm guessing that's also my double amber, double yellow ahead of me. as we start slowing for final approach into Newport. Oh, it's gone green anyway, lovely. To 41, and we will slow to 40. Yeah, there we go. Come on, tick over to 40. There we go. So we need to slow again to 30, but that's fine, because we're now making good progress into Newport. There's another goods train waiting. Coming off where we that's coming off the Welsh Marches line. And here we are in Newport. We're going to be about a minute early in Newport, which is pretty good. I'll take that. Start slowing down to 30 because we're going to get an angry bell in a second if we don't. Might get an angry bell if we do. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's a lovely bit of sunset in the river just down there, if you didn't spot it. Run this video back a few seconds and check that lighting was really nice. And yes, here we go. Newport platform 2. No reversal here, just passengers, and then we're off to Cardiff. Okay, so we start braking. We know we're clear to go through the signal, so that's fine. Okay, so there we go, and I shall be back with you once the passengers are on board. Passenger boarding is complete. Proceed when ready. So yeah, 742, so we did get another 250 points for timeliness, which means I cannot. Most I can get now is 992 because I lost those 8 points. Which I've noticed that's a little frustrating. But it's fine. Overall, actually, you know, the whole idea of doing these career scenarios was to actually see how well I could realistically drive and play this game. I don't mean obviously realistically in the sense of I cannot drive a locomotive. I'm not an engineer or a train driver or anything like that. I know that. But in terms of as a gamer, treating this as a simulation and as a game, how well could I do in it? Actually, overall, distinctly average. Some routes have suited me better than others. Some locomotives have suited me better than others. But yeah, the Woodhead route not so much. Didn't do the Woodhead route particularly well. The West Coast Main Line didn't do that particularly well between London and Birmingham. But you know, other routes, this one I've not done too badly on. I don't think I did too. Don't seem to remember doing too badly on the Fort William to Mallaig line, the West Highland line extension. So you know, I think I'm distinctly average, and I think that's about what I thought I would be. Oh, there we go. More points lost. Another 8. So 984 is the most I can get now. Ah well. I mean, still better than I did on previous routes. I'm not going to... Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. You can call that speeding if you wish, but I was past the 75 mph marker. So I'm not sure I can count that. Anyway, 972 is now the most I can get. Ah well. Anyway, Cardiff in 10 miles and about 15 minutes from this point forward. So now we're on the final stretch. And because at the end of the video, if I do this at the very end, it'll cut out it'll cut back to the main menu. But now we're on the final stretch. It is time to reveal what city Charlie has shouted at me. Shouted at me. That makes it sound terrible. What city Charlie has said she wants me to run trains on a route that is to do with. Until this point, it has been British cities, but this time, because there's a few more routes available, a few more routes that I've got, we've opened it up, and we are doing the Hamburg to Lübeck route, which I'm very much looking forward to, because something very, very different. All electric stock on that, I believe, apart from like one diesel shunter. And, you know, non-British as well, which is I'm looking forward to. I'm very much looking forward to. It's going to be something very, very different. Different scenery as well, very different scenery. I had a run on one of the scenarios about 2 years ago now. I remember thinking it felt very different. And it was fun, it was nice, it was picturesque, enjoyable. And so I hope that you guys will enjoy seeing me run the Hamburg to Lübeck route from next week. And then after that, I don't know where we'll go after that. We might stay in Europe, we might not. I don't know. Very much like my Euro Trucks, my Hitchhiker's Guide to Euro Truck series. I don't know when I'll be in any city at any point. So oh, stretch. Oh, there we go. That's it. Click the sternum. There we go. Oh, so yes, Hamburg to Lübeck from next week. I think that'll be 4 scenarios there. And so now Europe and the world is open. I have a few non-UK routes, not many of them, but I have a few non-UK routes. So yeah, this could be good. We're going to pass a coal train. I do like it. I do like this. I do like passing other trains that are going in the same direction as me. It's got quite soft focus. It's got quite romantic soft focus on it at the moment, this game. I haven't added that, by the way. That's just how it looks. Die! Bye! I'm quicker than you! Ah! Right, but now I need to start slowing because there's a 75 mph speed limit coming up. Yes, I know, don't worry, I saw it. It's in exactly a mile. We're only 5 miles from Cardiff. That took the time quickly, didn't it? The announcement of the Hamburg to Lübeck line. Seriously, I am looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, this is where we started the last scenario. Okay, that's cool. .75, there we go. Yeah, I think so. This scenario is basically touched on every single major point on the route, which is good because that means we've now dealt with every single major point on the route. That's quite good. Not all scenarios do that. I quite like. I think I mentioned this before. I do quite like a full run route learning scenario to be one of the first scenarios you can do, even if it's 2-parter. Because I think that way you get to experience the whole route, and then you can sort of get into the nitty gritty of driving it. You may have noticed, obviously, that I have added a jumper on it because it's a bit chilly, because it is the 30th of December as I record this. I think you'll be watching this in about February. So I guess potentially Happy Valentine's Day. So yeah, we can put a bit of throttle in because we've got another 5 mph to work with. Mind you, we're going to be an hour. We're going to be a minute early at Cardiff as it stands. Right, so that's my. Oh, it's gone green. It was a double amber, double yellow before I turned the corner, but that's good. So yes, in about a mile, it's going to tell me I need to slow to 40. The correction is going to tell me in about a mile I need to slow to 40. Yes, yes, I know. Yeah. Don't worry, I've seen it. I'm there. Class 175. As we drove in the first scenario on this route. And I discovered then that's the only locomotive I don't from this route's roster that I don't have on Soda. I've got a class 43. I've got a class 70. But I don't have a class 175. Might have to have a look at that and see if I can add it in logically anywhere. So it's a single yellow light, and we're down to 40 mph now. 40 degrees, 40 mph. Yeah, still going to be a minute early in Cardiff. Only 1.3 miles away from it. How is it saying we're going to be there in... Oh, that's why. Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. It's bad. Oh, I need to take that option off. Just as I was saying, you know what? I'm adequate at this game. You know what? I'm going to take that. We would have made it to Cardiff. I wasn't about to cause a crash. I scored 0 points. Yay! Yeah. Well, that seems about an appropriate ending to our time in Britain for now. So yes, next time you see me on this game, I shall be on the Hamburg to Lubeck line. Yeah, check out the game in the description below. Check out other railway stuff in the description below. Check out the annotation on the screen you're about to see. And yeah, that was me spadding on the South Wales coastal route. An appropriate ending, I think. Thank you ever so much for watching. I was me. That was the South Wales Coastal Route on Train Sim Classics. See you very soon, guys. Goodbye.
I know we're not taking it seriously, but I personally don't want Dave to win.
Bad.
Well,
They win.
fuck it. Although I should point out, I will actually get more points than you two.
Will you?
Yes, I got 150 points.
How?
I got 150 points, you got 100.
Oh, piss, I was on Team Red.